How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in to Wicked Mornings, your number one source for construction and emergency, safety, strobe lighting, and equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, wheelchairs, snowmobiles, ATVs, dirt bikes, and really nice 2022 Ford F-250 Super Duty XLT trucks, just like what you're looking at here. First thing you might notice is that we've taken advantage of the factory roof lighting and the factory mirror amber lights. Not all trucks have white light in the mirror, so this truck, being an XLT, did not, but we were able to use one of our auto flasher kits on the mirrors and another auto flasher kit on the roof, and we selected a fast, quick pattern, just nice and quick single flash. This truck's going to be a plow truck, so for now, by customer request, we're just skipping the grill. And if you wish to alternate your mirrors, if you'd rather have it driver-passenger alternation, you can do that with the auto flasher kit. This is two kits here, one kit for the roof and one kit for the mirrors. And if you wanted to split up the roof lights and get an alternation on the roof lights, you can do that as well with the kit. It's a little bit more labor intensive, but it is possible. On this build, and most of my builds, I elect to use this flash pattern on these lights. I just think it looks the best and gives the most visible use of the light from all areas. I've kind of tested a few of them, and I like this pattern the best myself, but you can put it on your truck any way that you like. Now, when you buy those auto flasher kits, they're going to come with everything you need to wire them to the auxiliary switches, which almost all these Super Duties have. So if you don't have auxiliary switches, we have some switches on the website. As we come around the side of the truck, you can see we took advantage of those badges, and it mounted our Thin-X LED in amber white on that badge. Currently, it's on a double flash, full alternation, amber white color swap. You can pick many patterns. You could flash only amber if you'd like, or only white, or a combination like we've done here. That light also has a flood feature. So if you wanted another switch to steady white the light and make it steady white as a floodlight, you can do that. On this build, we didn't need to do that. As we move around to the rear of the truck, you can see we're using another auto flasher kit on the cargo light, and there are a couple different methods to install that on the cargo light. If you wanted an alternation of the cargo, you can do that. I personally like to do it this way because this is the third method of installing, and when you do it like this, you're actually able to integrate the tail gate on the same pattern. So check the instructions. There's three methods, but you got a lot of versatility in the cargo light auto flasher kit, and it comes with everything you need. And this is my favorite way to install because, as I said, you grab that little white tailgate light, and if you have that on your truck, it'll flash as well, as you see here. Alrighty, at the absolute back of the truck, we've used our Thin-X 15.5-inch strip in amber white. We mount that right on the right and left side underneath the tailgate. It has included VHB tape. We use the primer promoter to make sure we get a real good bond, and we clean the metal first. Important, we clean that metal, then we apply the primer promoter, and then we can get a good bond. I can drop the camera down a little bit, show you a little closer what we have there. Now that light's very similar in function to the one in the badge. You can flash only amber, only white, or a combination thereof. You can also steady white that. If you wanted to have another switch light that light steady, you can do that. At this particular build, all we needed was the flashing function, so we just did the dual color flash, and that's all the functionality that we have on this one. Alrighty, well, let's talk just a little bit about how we're going to wire it and what we're going to get. We're going to put all this in a package for you, so if you like this build and you want to do the exact same thing to your Super Duty, you can do that. That's what this package is going to contain. First thing it's going to have is going to be your Thin-X strips. You're going to get two of the strips underneath the tailgate. As you see here, you're going to get a package of primer promoter to help them bond to the VHB tape, bond to the metal. We're also going to give you 30 foot of 18-5. Now, that's going to take those Thin-X strips, once you combine them and run them forward to the auxiliary switches under the passenger side hood. So that's what that 30 foot 18.5 run is for, is to get your Thin-X strip functional forward, and you can combine both those strips together at that 18.5 and run the 18.5 up the passenger frame all the way forward. The cargo auto flasher kit comes with everything you need to install it, so you don't have to have anything additional for that. You're also going to get two of our Thin-X LED amber whites for the badges. We're going to put a link right now and earlier in the video as well for how to install those badge lights. We're going to include 25 feet of 22-5. You'll cut that and use it to extend both of those badge lights to the auxiliary switches. You probably need about 5 feet on the passenger side and about maybe 15 on the other side, so you might have a little bit of extra. Around the front, as we said earlier, we've got an auto flasher kit for the amber mirror lights. That is a wire cut kit at this time. Just to tell you what you're going to get involved with the amber mirror lights, it is down in the kick panels. That's where we're going to be cutting a wire down in the driver and passenger kick panel. I do show you what wire to cut. I even have a video where we do it on film. So I give you as much info as I can, and hundreds of people have done it without problem, but that's what it is. A wire cut kit down in the kick panel. The roof lights at this time also is a wire cut kit. It is in the passenger A pillar right there under the grab bar. Very quick install if you want a single use like I did where you flash all 5 at once. If you want to split up the roof lights, you'll have to tip the headliner down a little bit and access the lights underneath, so it's a little bit more labor intensive. Both of those kits come with everything you need, and they're easily wired to the auxiliary switch like anything else. Now, I always suggest fusing down the auxiliary switch to an appropriate fuse, so we're going to go ahead and add in one fuse kit as well here that'll attach to auxiliary switch 1 through 6, whatever you choose, and then you can measure your amperage draw. This particular truck is running at about 4 amps, and you can put in the proper fuse. This truck has a 5 amp fuse in it right now, so you can go ahead and do that with that fuse kit. We're going to put in an assortment of 1/8 inch and 3/16 heat shrink as well, and it should take care of you on everything you need. The only thing that you might want to get is maybe some split loom or some zip ties or some other odds and ends electrical tape. I'm going to put in a package of uninsulated butt connectors as well for you to make some of your wire connections, and hopefully I got you covered. So if you like this kit, you want to do the same thing, that's what this video is all about. This video is kind of your install guide. Save it, bookmark it, because it's not going to have a whole lot of other information other than what's in this video right now. I don't have a secret file or anything like that, but you will get specific instructions, of course, on how to install the auto flasher kits. And as far as the lights underneath the tailgate, that's fairly obvious. We just stick them with tape. Be careful to aim them nicely. You don't want them to be crooked. And I said earlier as well, we're going to link to the badge install video, which is public. You can view that anytime. So thanks again for watching Wicked Warnings. I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep us in mind as we are your #1 source for construction and emergency safety strobe lighting equipment for cars, vans, buses, bicycles, tricycles, and anything in between, like this beautiful 22 F250 XLT Super Duty 6.7 Power Stroke diesel. Drop a comment. Let me know if I missed anything. If I covered everything, drop another comment. Tell me that. And drop a comment. Tell me what you're driving. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next video.